Another one. What does a champion do, well, a four-time champion do, to get ready to try to win a fifth one?
I mean, it's all about the same process we've had. Just continue to embrace the challenge of what a new year is, knowing that this team is different than last year, and there are going to be things that we need to overcome that the last team didn't, but lessons that we can take from last year that'll help us, helping our young guys continue to take the next step. You know, me, Draymond, Clay, thankfully Andre back.
19th year.
Loon, you know, Wiggs, guys that have been around the block now have, you know, championships to relish on. Like, we have to continue to reiterate what we do, knowing everybody's coming after us again. And we embrace that position. We love it. Mm-hmm. It's what we're used to. And, you know, just you got to get emotionally and physically recharged. I think once the season starts, it becomes kind of easy, but this part of the year, training camp and, you know, gearing back up, it's, you know, that short turnaround that we love because, you know, you're playing into June. But, you know, re-engaging emotionally in what that journey is, that's how we got to level up.
Speaking of leveling up, how do you manage taking care of your body? You talked about the young guys, which you're going to lean on a lot more because you and Clay and Draymond are going to play heavy minutes throughout the season. How big is it for those young guys to really buy into what y'all doing early on?
I mean, it's huge just because it's how our team's constructed. Like, you know, the last 3 drafts, we've had multiple bodies, multiple guys come in and contribute. Like what JP was able to do last year, it was unbelievable. His progression over the last 3 years, going into his 4th year now. We want that for, you know, Moses, for JK, for Wise, Ryan, PB and J. I get used to that nickname. You know, the new guys that are here and ready to kind of fill in some of the roles that increase our depth. Like, that's how we're built, so we need those guys to have confidence, understand that nothing's going to be perfect, you know, right away. It takes time to not only figure out the lead, but also figure out how we do it, and how we play, and become comfortable to star in your role. So that's the journey and the process that we, you know, it's not just one day. It's a series of moments, of teachable moments that we can hopefully help.
Speaking of teachable moments, the stats are the stats, but 11 minutes, you, Clay, and Dre. And then all
regular season.
Explain that to the fans, how you can play those few minutes, but then when the bright lights come on, everything clicks.
We almost try to use that as like an unlock for us, because that's what the reality was. That's, you know, we were looking forward to having Clay come back and us, you know, have 40 games or whatever it was to gel and get right, and then Draymond gets hurt, and then, you know, he comes back and we have another opportunity. Okay, we have 4 weeks to get right before playoffs, and then I get hurt. And thankfully, you know, I was able to come back at the start of the playoffs, but that was what reality was. That's what you have to face, and I think we use that as, okay, we've only played 11 minutes together, but we know what it takes, and even though there's a little uncertainty on if it's going to work, the idea of what it is and the championship experience and just the chemistry that we've built over the last, you know, decade, it's going to show itself. And, you know, thankfully it did, you know, along with guys coming along for the ride in a meaningful way, like Wiggs taking that next step in the playoffs and showing who he is, how he can contribute to winning at the highest level. Loon doing just an amazing job of controlling the paint. Offensive rebounds, he was a dominant force throughout the playoffs and in the finals. So, you know, a couple of guys that, you know, we lost, you know, GP, Otto, Belly, like a lot of guys contributed. So it's not just our core, but we had to set the tone, and thankfully we had enough chemistry to make that happen.
I know in the summertime you traveled a lot across the water, but now it's time to take the Steph Curry brand to Japan. How big is that for the NBA, Warriors, your personal brand, to go over to Tokyo and kind of let the guys know how you do it?
It's a great experience, a great opportunity. I've been there twice for Under Armour and Curry brand, and got to get up close and personal with a lot of NBA fans there. And then, obviously as a team to go and, have 2 preseason games to kind of, shake the cobwebs off, but to embrace how, widespread the love is for the NBA, for us as a team and organization, us as individual players. I can't wait to feel that love. It'll hopefully be some good gas in the tank for us, to carry into the season, knowing, we have an amazing fan base here in the Bay, around the country, but to know it travels around the world, it gives you another reason to get excited about another season.
Last one for you. How's the golf game?
So that's the hardest part about the off season. I had my best round, which was my last round, and now I got to put the sticks away. So the golf is a game that'll keep you coming back, so it's good right now. But I'm going to have to put the clubs away for a little bit.
Appreciate you, baby.
Absolutely.